Dogs and cats must be spayed or neutered under an ordinance that could take effect as soon as April 6th. The City Council has given initial approval to a spay-neuter ordinance that would, with a few exceptions, require owners to sterilize their pets. The regulation is meant to encourage more responsible pet ownership and to reduce the number of unwanted animals euthanized at the city's animal shelter.
People will understand that they're either going to be responsible pet owners or potentially they're not going to be a pet owner. You know, it's a decision that they make. We all make decisions every day whether or not we're going to live in a law-abiding way. We also make decisions here at the council as what we think is best for the community.
The new ordinance would require that pets be microchipped. This technology will serve a dual purpose. One, it will replace the inefficient system of registering pets with metal tags hung from collars. Two, it will allow animal control officers to return lost dogs and cats directly to their homes without being processed into the shelter.
So this, I think, is going to help the officer focus more on what he needs to do, which is safety, health, and welfare, but then offer that great customer service that it's going to provide by being able to scan the animal and instantaneously, so being that the owner has kept up with the information and all that's accurate, instantaneously be able to contact the owner and say, hey, we got your dog over here on the corner of College Hills and Sunset.
Proponents of a spay-neuter ordinance argue the regulation is necessary to reduce San Angelo's pet overpopulation. If an animal control officer comes into contact with an unaltered dog or cat, the owner could face a maximum fine of $500. Supporters of the ordinance also hope it will reduce the 500 to 800 unwanted animals who enter the shelter each month. The operation of that facility costs taxpayers nearly $900,000 annually.
Something had to change, and it needed to be a drastic change. I know you heard people here speak today about how they feel that government is overreaching, but I think there's also a large number of citizens like myself that are disgusted that public funds are being used to kill animals that are otherwise not being taken care of. And if you look at what other communities have done, best practices, you see that spay-neuter ordinances really do impact the number of unwanted pets that end up in shelters like our own.
Animal Services is in the process of hiring a full-time veterinarian for the shelter. Flores said he hopes to use the vet to offer low-cost spay-neuter procedures and rabies vaccines by January 1st.
I want to be looked at by people, if we get this veterinarian on board, as setting precedents to accommodating these folks and helping them. I think at the end of the day, that's what a public servant is all about.
While touting the importance of altering pets, opponents of the ordinance said the new regulation infringes on personal liberties. Jenny Wilson, the executive director of Concho Valley Paws, a local rescue group, said personal freedom shouldn't extend to the indiscriminate breeding of pets. That, she said, has led to the inhumane treatment and the deaths of too many animals.
6,800 cats and dogs were put down last year, and that's at a cost of $855,000 annual budget to run the shelter. And so something has to change. And sometimes I believe that laws need to be put into place to protect the innocent. I think that's what needed to happen today, and I'm glad it did.
The City Council will consider final approval of the ordinance October 6th. If the measure wins passage, it could take effect 6 months later. For SATV, I'm Anthony Wilson.